Hey guys, RC here. All right, we're back with another Leeds update, episode 43 with FM18, just to kind of catch you up to speed. So we have ended our last season, and we will kind of run you through it. So you can slow this up if you want to look at it in particular, but you can see starting with Southampton here, September 25th, we went on quite a long unbeaten run in the league all the way to April 3rd, and I think that was 27 games. So a lot of these were streamed. Again, Leeds I'm doing as a live stream on weekends, Saturday and Sunday mornings, at least till college football season starts. But anyway, so we had a great year. Taking a look at the competition, we finished third in the table with 78 points, 23 wins, 9 draws, 6 defeats. Liverpool, in the last game of the season, we didn't have anything to play for. We played a lot of backups. Huddersfield, Wolves, Man City, Chelsea, and Tottenham. Now, you will notice something very important in that graphic. Man City's only listed once. And there's another particular Manchester club that's not listed at all. I wonder who that could be. So coming into this season, if you have been following along with the Leeds gameplay up to the point I took it over to Twitch, we had yet to ever beat either Manchester club, an out-and-out 3-point win. And we had never even pulled a draw with Manchester City. But if you look here, we've got a 1-1 draw with Man United, another 1-1 draw with Man United, and a 2-0 win over Man City. So we broke some huge streaks this year with the Manchester clubs for sure. Now getting into the squad, taking a look at our goals. We were not as prolific in goal scoring this year. The guys struggled a little bit, but it wasn't horrible. We had 16 from Musette. He had been, of course, a 20-goal scorer the previous 2 seasons. 13 for Wilson, but only 20 apps. He was out with a couple of injuries during the year. Talisca came on. He's one of the young guys that we brought over. Well, he's not young anymore, but he's one of the youth that we brought over from Brazil that had to spend time at Leonessa working on their work visas, work permits. And this was the first year after leaving the European Union in the game that they were able to actually come and play for us. So 12 goals, 15 assists in 24 matches. And look at his value, 57 million, much higher than Musette or Wilson. Sabath had a pretty good year. Tony Michael got in a little bit of action, our 19-year-old striker, and I'm very happy with him. Taking a look at the assist, still mostly from the front line. Andreas Pereira came in with 10 assists and 33 from his midfield position. And so I had a good year from him. So all in all, it was a very good year. Taking a look at transfers, disregard, let's see, we're 22. So this would be last year. So we sent out Adam King, Louis Coyle, brought in a nice little chunk of change. Dessart went to West Brom, as did Martin Crean for a combined 15 million. 10 Javage, that was one I did not want to get rid of, but he forced the issue. He wanted to leave. He returned home, $15 million. Angelo, he was a guy that we had signed. Thought he would fit into our striker rotation. I just ended up with too many people, so I cut him as just extra baggage. 10.5 million. Frankie de Jong went to Ajax for 3.3. One of our original Leeds players, Calvin Phillips, goes to Derby for almost 11 million. Ben Brereton, a young striker from Leeds real life, goes to Fulham. And that was about it. Then we got to right at the end of this trade window, Rafa Soares came and demanded a trade. Now, we had already lost Javaj, and so Soares was going to be an everyday starter for us this year, but he came in and demanded a trade, was causing all kind of problems. So we moved him out for a good chunk of change to enter, but that put us in the market for a back. Mid-season, we got rid of our starting keeper. Andre Onana went to Gelsenkirchen for almost up to $20 million potentially. Hermes was another of those young Brazilian players that was at Leonessa for several seasons. Just finally moved him back home for $1.5 million. And that's it. So we sold out $100 million in players. We brought in Kevin Sabath. He was on loan last season, so that was while I was doing the leads on YouTube. But we paid $16 million for him. We needed a new back, so from Gelsenkirchen, we rated them with the money they paid us for Onana, and we paid them $29.5 for Torsten Bussy. And some young players, Loris Audetto, midfielder, for $14 million from Lazio. Luke Shaw came over from Manchester United for $12 million. He is a left back. Thierry Taché from Young Boys for 3.1. More for the future, but he could actually play now, so he came in to give us some backline depth at the midseason to replace Onana. The reason we traded Onana is we were able to upgrade to Anton Matrushkin from CSKA Moscow for $28 million. And then we had an interesting occurrence. We were sitting here in the very upper part of the table, and we were doing very well. And our last surviving everyday Leeds player from today, real life, Rivera. No, not Rivera. What's his name? Crap. I'm so mad. Ronaldo Vieira. Okay, so anyway, it was Vieira. So he comes in and says, hey, boss, you made a promise to strengthen the midfield. Well, midfield happens to be the place that Vieira plays in. And I thought we were fine. We had a lot of depth. We had a lot of players. And I said, okay, well, if that's how you feel. So I went out and I signed Seko Fofana for 7.75 and Stuart Armstrong for $6 million from Celtic. Both of them play midfield, and immediately at that point, Vieira ceased playing for us. So that was kind of funny. And disregard these because these are this year. These are our new signings, but we'll go into those. We can hit on them. This is at the end of the season, so we are in the off-season. Transfer window just opened. So we have brought in Amini Guiri from Olympico. I think that's Olympico Lyoness. Okay, for $57 million. And he is a young 22-year-old French striker. And man, he looks good. So we dropped a wad of cash on him. We also hit Celtic again for $10.25 million for Anthony Ralston. He is a 23-year-old Scottish player with 35 national caps, and he is a right back. Can also play center back, so gives us a little depth back there. And Volodymyr Shepelev from Cologne, $39.5 million, and he is a central midfielder. So we basically have addressed each layer of our team with one player. And then getting into that, so the Guriri is a new record purchase for the club, $57 million. The previous was this past year when we signed Bussy from Gelsenkirchen for $29.5. So yeah, almost double. This is also a new record fee by a English club, $57 million, breaking the $28 million for Matrushkin at mid-season last year. So we're dropping some cash here, trying to spend. We also set a record high $178 million this season. The previous record was 139, and of course that was probably last year. So we've upped our roster a good bit. I am trying to move a few players out to alleviate some of the strain there. But major transfers, 3 of them. Arsenal getting involved. Arsenal, that was something else that happened after we finished third. Arsenal actually expressed an interest in us. And that's where I left off my live stream the other day, Sunday morning. And I was contemplating taking the Arsenal job. The financial differences are just staggering. I'm talking stupid numbers. Their payroll is like triple, almost quadruple. Their transfer budget, it's just ridiculous. Even the values of the club. I mean, Leeds is valued at actually we've gone up 927 million. We were 800 and something million at the just a week ago when I was looking at this, and Arsenal is valued at almost $2.5 billion. So just the finances were just stupid. I even went so far as to create a split save where I created a separate save just in case I wanted to take the Arsenal job. So I have it sitting there if I ever want to do that one day, an alternate reality. But in thinking about it, this whole point was to manage my favorite club. And even though in our 4 seasons, we've had a 4th and a 3rd place finish, we have not won the Premier. We have not gotten to where we are competitors in the cups. We are not every year qualifying for Champions League or Europa or anything else. So we're back to Champions League this year, and I just felt that I needed to stay with Leeds. So the goal this year is to kind of take some of that money. So here's our transfer budget. We started at 148. I did have to reduce it a little bit to cover payroll, and I'm still just over our payroll, but I'm probably not going to sign anybody else. We are looking at some younger players to kind of try to bring in. If I can get them for a few $1 million, we'll try to bring them in as future prospects. But, for the most part, and we've spent a jackload of money. You can see we were up around $180 million, and we've plummeted back to earth to 88 million. So it is what it is. Spending $116 million this month is going to take a chunk out of our pocket. But the club's making a ton of money every year. They were talking about, let's see if I can find it. Because it was actually this morning when I was kind of getting started here. Here we go. All right, so profits, we made $24.5 million in profit. They did a payout of where did they show me that? No, I did get a job offer, interview offer from Newcastle, but I passed on that. I thought they showed me how much they paid out to the board or the shareholders. I don't know. They had the shareholders for the club made a lot of money again this year on the revenue sharing. Oh, next month. Okay, so let's see. Board confidence. Trying to find that because it's nice to see how much money I'm making the board and the shareholders, right? Bear with me. I know I saw it. Work permit, high spending. Yeah, we looked at that one, right? Oh well. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, so that's where we're at. So we have Kevin Sabath, I'll listen to any offers. So we had another good year in the Premier. We have decided to stay. And I think we could have gotten the Arsenal job. We were 3-1 favorites, and I guess if I would have applied, I'm guessing that we would have. Whoa, hello. That we could have had that job, but we'll never know because I didn't apply. So we're a month away from starting our new season of friendlies. The club will be mostly in line with what it looked like last year. We do have the new striker coming in, and I think he will definitively be in the top 3 for our 4-3-3 tactic. Our midfielder is going to be interesting. Taravist wanted to leave, so we're going to move him out. And I'll miss him. He was one of my Dutch players, and I've got an affinity for Dutch players. For whatever reason, I just like them. I think it comes back to Robin and Van Persie, watching them play with the national team the last decade, I suppose. So anyway, that's we were looking at Mannion, but he wanted to be a starter. They want to loan him. Wolves, yeah, we'll accept that. He needs first team soccer. So anyway, so we will be in Champions Cup this year. We will be in the FA, I'm sure. We will be in the Carabao Cup. And right now, I guess my goal is to continue to improve. Oh, Luke Shaw got called up for England. Very nice. All right, we will accept that. So that is $7.5 million back to our transfer budget. Good deal. So we're going to have to move, or we're going to try to move a few players. I've got several players on the blocks. Remained first club rankings. Oh, so yeah, so this was something else. Manchester United, the top team. Leeds are up to 57th in the world, or European club. So that is very nice. Two players, homegrown in England. I'm just trying to keep up with what's going on so I don't miss anything. So, like I said, another good season for Leeds, and very happy with where we're at. We are starting to get a little bit of the animosity about, I need to move to a bigger club to achieve my goals and this, that, and the other. So we may end up losing some players to that as they're looking to move off to the Real Madrids and what have you. Let's see, a lot of people joining the European Union. All right, Sabath moves to Huddersfield. All right, so that's our deal there. And so anyway, just getting ready to start the next season. We'll remind you that the Leeds save, I will do these updates for YouTube periodically, probably at least at the end of the season. Probably not the midterm. We'll just probably do an annual catch up if you're interested. But, just a reminder, you can catch Leeds action. And we play a lot of games because usually I'll stream for 4, 5, 6 hours on a weekend. Calvin Phillips, might be getting rid of him. Good deal. All right, going out to loan. Check. And Phillips, he's still with us, is he not? No, he's with Derby. So I think we get money if he moves on again. So that's cool. So definitely come over and check out my Twitch channel on the weekends if you want. I usually, it varies, but I usually start streaming between 8 and 9 in the morning, Central Time in America. And I think there's a 7, possibly 8-hour time difference to England. And then if you guys are, over in Europe, you can kind of gauge off of that. So if I start streaming at 8 in the morning, that is around 2 or 3 in the afternoon for England. So just something, fit it in. And I usually go, like I said, for several hours at least. And that could get you, into the after 5 o'clock. If you're interested. All right, well, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. I will try to get some more recording for the Journeyman done this week. I already have things set to go up this week, so today's the 19th. I have stuff going up today and Wednesday, so keep an eye out for those. I do have some questions for you guys in this week's episodes, and I'm kind of holding off moving forward, but until we can have a chance to talk about what's going on at Hammarby. So I don't want to spoil anything, but just, take a look at those, chime in with your thoughts. And, then once I have a chance to read a few of thoughts that hopefully you guys share with me, then I can figure out what I want to do on my end, and then go forward with that save as well. So I've had that one on the shelf for almost a week now, so I'm anxious to play it because, having a lot of fun with that, and, we've accomplished a lot in Sweden. But anyway, keep an eye for that. Have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Leave a like for the video, subscribe to the channel, and guys, as always, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for checking out, my videos, supporting the channel, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.